The global keywords feature allows you to set keywords that will redirect your users to whatever you want, making things faster and smoother as it will send them to whatever they're looking for. We'll be going through 4 different sections. First, the feature characteristics and how it works. Secondly, we'll take a look at a simple example explaining how to use it. Next, the user's perspective. And finally, how the feature behaves in WhatsApp and Messenger. Let's see the feature's characteristics and how it works. This block works independently of others. It doesn't need to have an entry connection, but you must always connect each keyword to its respective point in the flow, making sure the bot doesn't stop suddenly. You can have multiple global keywords blocks in your bot, with different keywords for each one of them, giving you the possibility to create groups of keywords that will all lead to the same part of the flow, and other keywords to another part of it. With this, you create various flows inside the bot. Something to have in mind is that the feature is case sensitive, meaning that the keywords you set will remain as they are. For example, if a user types close in lowercase, and you have the word close with uppercase in your global keywords block, it will not be triggered. The keywords typed will be recognized in any text field. All the question blocks can trigger them. Number and phone questions can also trigger it because the global keyword block has priority over the format validation. The keywords you set only work for one word at a time, meaning you cannot enter 2 or more words in one of the cells of the block. These keywords won't be triggered in a human takeover chat. They'll only be triggered in the bot's flow itself. In the case that there is a keyword jump or a keyword option block in the same flow, these are both keyword-based blocks, the global keywords block will prevail, and it will redirect to the path from the block only. And if there were a conflict with the button's text, the global keywords will prevail, as mentioned before, meaning that when you click on a button containing one of your keywords, the flow will redirect itself to the global keywords block, and not to the button's block path. Now that we understand the different ways and priorities the global keyword has, let's create a simple example showing how it works in practice. Let's start by creating a global keywords block and setting up each keyword. We will keep it simple with words that users commonly use, like start, close, agent, and let's add an emoji when the customer is angry. Now, connect the start to the welcome block, the close path to a message closing the chat and ending the flow, the agent path to a message block telling the user that he will be transferred to a conversation with an agent, and add a human takeover block after it. Lastly, the angry emoji path to a message apologizing for the inconvenience. Okay, now with the keyword set up, let's add some room for the users to write messages. Add a question name block following the welcome message, then a message greeting him, and just after it, a question text block. For the flow to be rounded up, link this last block to the previous made message block, forming to transfer to an agent chat. Now that we're all set up, let's see the user's perspective and how the words behave. Go to Share and preview the bot. After you've told your name to the bot, write Start. The bot then redirects you to the welcome message. Let's try now with the Close. The bot ends the flow there. Now Agent. The message transferring you to an agent is triggered, and right after that, the human takeover block. And lastly, let's try the angry emoji. Great, the bot apologizes and ends the flow. Let's now understand how the feature works for WhatsApp and Messenger bots. It has actually the same characteristics. The only difference between them and the web version is that in WhatsApp and Messenger, the text field is constantly being used, meaning that the global keywords can be triggered more often through users' messages. Great, so that's all. Let's recap. First, we saw all the different characteristics the block has. Secondly, we saw a simple example of a use case for the bot. Then, the user's perspective. And finally, how the block works for WhatsApp and Messenger bots. Great, I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.